The following program is paid for by the Charlie Butler team. Looking for tips on selling your home? Tune into the Charlie Butler Show right here on WGBF AM every Sunday at 9 a.m. The Charlie Butler Show, where your questions get answers. Charlie guarantees it.
Good Sunday morning, Tri-State. This is the Charlie Butler Real Estate Show. Beside me here, as he is every Sunday, is David Crow from Churchill Mortgage. Good morning, David.
Hey, Charlie. Good morning. Last week, he was hitting high notes.
I was just getting ready to mention.
This week, he's just dragging out Churchill Mortgage.
Yeah, Churchill Mortgage. Like those Southerners. Mortgage. How much whoop-out money do I need? In Texas, I was in a commercial class one time, and the guy sold Walgreens mainly, in Texas.
Wow.
And that's how much especially he had. But he said these guys he said he'd get these investors down there from Texas, and he said some good old boys had a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
All right, son, how much whoop-out money we going to need? Down payment.
Yeah. Whoop-out money. I like that. I got to be honest, I don't know that I've ever heard it put like that, but I like it.
Say whoop-out money.
Yeah.
Beside David, and so he can explain things to her,
Thank you, David. Big words.
Is the president of the Butler DeArmond Real Estate Network, which owns the Charlie Butler team, Candace DeArmond.
Well, hello.
Good morning, Candace.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing good.
Are you?
You up, moving, fired up?
It's warmer out today.
Yeah.
The sun's shining. I didn't think the sun was going to be shining, so.
And our guest today and we're honored to have him.
You better.
Listen to that. Trevor would have never said that 2 years ago.
No.
He would have never said
Look
you
what
better.
you did to him.
He learned how to fly a drone.
That's all it takes.
And he didn't have to have a tripod either for his drone.
He sure didn't.
Trevor Meese. Trevor, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
What was this high note thing you guys talking about? Were you singing on the last show?
The what?
The high note that David
Charlie
We watched him turn into a man.
For a little while there.
I was there. I go, Churchill, mortgage. So, Trevor, we talked last week to Candace and Mindy Woodward about Las Vegas. You were also in Las Vegas for the Keller Williams convention.
Mm-hmm.
And so did you learn a lot?
I did. Yeah, it was a lot of fun also. It's my first time in Vegas, so I got to see a lot of different things, collected a lot of baseball cards.
Maybe not baseball cards.
Yeah. But no, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Well, they had
I
those
just
baseball
got that.
cards out on the street.
Yeah, those ones that they click together out there.
I've heard those little popping.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Did you utilize any of those cards? The numbers on there?
No.
Absolutely not.
Now,
Trevor's a good boy.
Candace many times thinks she's Trevor's mother. Okay?
I do not think I'm Trevor's mother.
She does.
You act like sometimes Trevor's mother. I tell
His
you,
aunt.
I tell you some.
I'm his aunt.
I tell you some of the things that I'm going to teach Trevor, and then you just
Well, that's where I will call his mother. She will agree with me. We will stand together on those things.
Now, by the way, Trevor's 25 years old. He's not 14. So,
You could be my mom, though.
yeah.
I'm too young to be your mom. I'm only 29.
You walked into that.
Well, you little brat, get out of here.
So back at the Keller Williams Ranch, let's go back to Vegas, okay? So, Trevor, what'd you learn?
It's kind of the key takeaways. And one, I think family reunion is something that anyone could benefit from going. Like, if you were to go, David, there's really no mortgage classes there, but it goes over a lot of the real estate market, and there's a bunch of, like, spiritual and motivational classes. There's a bunch of big speakers that come there.
Tony Robbins was there.
Yes. Mel Robbins.
I saw a lot on social media and so forth.
There was supposed to be another speaker, but I can't really remember. I don't think he wasn't as big as the other guys, so I think he kind of got looked under. But I think my favorite class, or two of them, which we had spoken about, there was one that went over your big why. It was like a nice refresher just to kind of, hey, this is why I wake up every morning and do what I do, and why I'm trying to make a living, to just kind of the reason why you wake
Mindy
up every
was
day.
talking about the big Y class.
Yeah.
When she,
It was a good
week,
class.
too.
Everyone on the panel, everyone had a different story. It was kind of just nice to hear that. And at the end, they let just people that attended the class talk, and you just got to hear what everyone else was going through and what they needed help with. And it just kind of...
So what was your big why? What'd you come away from that with?
I think it's still something I'm working on. I don't think I really completely have that figured out yet,
That's fair.
but I'm working on it.
Okay, no, that's
And
fair.
then Jeff Glover also did a class that I really
Jeff's
enjoyed.
good.
Yeah.
Jeff's very good.
Jeff, and I can't remember. Jeff, is he? So he's a KW agent.
Yes.
Correct. And then he does a bunch of other classes.
He does,
outside of it,
he
right?
does educational stuff all year. Then he's got a big team.
I see his stuff all the time.
He's got a big team in Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Jeff was just like breaking down, like, if you want to make this amount of money, you have to do this amount of calls to get this amount of appointments to get
All
this
the
amount of
activities.
conversions after you make
it's basically he's doing what the millionaire real estate agent.
Yeah.
All he did, yeah. Which is Gary Keller's book.
Yeah.
Trevor, I got a question.
Yeah.
Are you married?
No.
Okay.
I do have a girlfriend that.
All right. Do you have any
Carl doesn't
children?
know about. Mindy knows about it.
I know, I
Yeah.
do too.
I know
Do you have any children?
No.
Okay. So
Maybe.
you're
I don't
25
know.
years old?
Yep.
So the why.
And he's getting really red, too. because he-
As a child,
Yes, he
he's
did.
not having
I was sharing
children.
last week with Mindy that over the years of counseling, working, and setting goals with people, about 10 years ago is when I actually made the shift to the really focusing on the why.
Yeah.
And if you're talking to someone who is 35 years old, married, 2 children, thinking about the future, that why gets easy for them to figure out. When you're 25, single, and haven't been there, it's more than likely I'm trying to grow my financial situation for the future, create that stability.
Yeah.
But you also know that you don't have all these other mouths you're trying to provide for.
Yeah.
So when you said you're still working on your why, it didn't shock me.
Yeah.
I think that's very fair. I think right now it's just, I know you enjoy helping people.
Oh,
you
yeah.
enjoy
I love
putting them in there and creating that financial stability for the future.
Yeah.
But that why, as life goes on, unfortunately for all of us, it becomes clear later on all the responsibilities you have. And then, honestly, that helps become a driving force to get you out of bed and doing the things you have to do.
Yeah.
Because we all know in our lines of work, there are parts of our job we really enjoy. And then there's parts of our jobs we just have to do.
Right.
But we don't find pleasure and enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
But it's a necessary must and have to. But, and yes, it's just part of our industry that much of it. But there are parts that you absolutely love. You feel energized when you walk away. If it's getting in the car or whatever. There's parts of our real estate industry jobs that we truly love doing. And then there's I don't call them evils, but that's what people said, necessary evils.
Yeah.
It's just things you have to do. But it's not. It doesn't bring fun and pleasure.
I give Trevor a hard time, but in all seriousness, Trevor, over the last, you in the team, 3 to 4 years now?
I'm on my fourth.
Fourth.
Yeah. just
Trevor is
been
by
into my
far,
fourth.
and this is not putting anybody down, he's by far the most improved agent. Candace and Mindy that were here last week, Candace, her career was already going. Mindy's, been in it, close to 25 years. But Trevor, you've done a great job. You
You
really,
really
have.
have.
And I think part of that was just like, what was I? I think I was 22 when I started.
21 or 22, yeah.
22. And it was just like, it's probably a little more immature. Like, I didn't really care. It was just like I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do because I was going on a path of engineering. And then it was like when I started, I was like, I don't know what I want to do. So I gave it a shot. And I was like, I didn't give it enough effort my first year at all.
I know.
But I know.
He was learning
Yeah.
still.
No, I and this is where I want to give Candace credit because I was complaining about you one day,
Yeah.
but and that was I knew you had talent,
Yeah.
but I just couldn't get it out of you. And Candace started working with you, a lot.
I needed that like motherly figure around me.
She
You
said,
know what, Trevor? I should have let him throw you out the window whenever he was going to do it.
but I do. Trevor, you had. We say Candace helped you, and I know she did, but but you had to do it though.
Oh yeah, but that's
Mindy and I, who's in the room today, but no microphone. She is. We talk about this all the time, and Candace and I do too. You can show somebody how to do something, but in the end, they've got to want to do it.
yeah. And that's what
And Trevor did want it.
Trevor
He
wanted it,
did.
yeah. And you just, like you said, you were still learning,
Yeah.
and you just weren't sure what your path was. And,
Yeah. But that's with everything in life. I mean, if you don't want to, no matter how hard someone tries to make you to be successful, if you don't really want to, you're not going to ever get to that point.
Now, see, used to. I'm not going to say a word about. See, you didn't tell me about your girlfriend, so off the air, you'll have 100 questions. So I won't ask you all those on the air. I promise. I promise I will.
Oh, Trevor.
Yeah, I know.
He'll be asking you if you want. See, I'm getting ready to throw Jordan under the bus, and I didn't even mean to. I'm sorry, Jordan.
Oh, well, speaking of Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah,
Jordan, how is everything going?
It almost happened, and I stopped myself, and then I realized.
You said his
it's too
name,
late.
and you got me going.
I've just been over here minding my own business, just
I
listening to
know.
y'all discuss,
So
and then
sorry.
all of a sudden you got to throw me in there.
I'm so sorry. I was getting ready to say, he'll be
excuses.
saying, Trevor, you want me to help you pick out diamonds? And then before I said it, I was like,
Oh,
I am
poor Jordan.
so sorry, Jordan.
And Jordan, actually, I found my dermatologist as we were moving, my dermatologist certificate. So
I thought you were going to say you found me a ring.
No, but
Like you're digging through and you found some spare ring. You can give me. I mean, that would be great.
but
Trevor would take that one, wouldn't
yeah,
he?
Trevor
Save it
would,
for a rainy
yeah.
day.
But I could take both of you and Trevor both to the jewelry store and help you out.
Sounds like such a mandate.
Yes.
We're gonna all go through. You're going to go to the
And then
jewelry
he'll take you
store.
to the venue next door to the concert.
Yeah. Well, what do they used to call that Oz? I just thought of that. Not
have
that
no
I was
idea
ever
what you're
there,
talking
of
about.
course. Yeah.
Like Charlie said, he only drives by those locations.
Yeah. We only
I've
have
driven by.
We only have to drive by in Sauget, Illinois. And
Sauget, Illinois.
it's actually not Sauget.
It's Sauget. I want to say Sauget just to make everyone around there uncomfortable and mad.
Oh,
It's like
just
whenever,
just like when you go to Nashville and Demonbron Street and it's Demonbron.
or when
And
you're
I know
in,
all the
I
Nashville
was
people
on
mad.
that 2 weekends ago. I know exactly where you're on.
when you're in Evansville and it's Boiki.
Yes.
It's not Boiki or
Boiki.
Boke. I'm like, no, it's Boiki.
I had a West Coast client call me one time, and he was Iranian descent, so he still had the accent. But he said, he said, Charlie, I don't know where I'm at. I said, well, where are you, Amir? I'm on Boki Road. And
Yeah.
it took me a minute to get. Oh, Boki, okay.
Yep.
I had a client tell me that they were on the north side. They said, I think I'm on the north side. And I said, okay, well, what's the road? Boiki Road. And I was like, Boiki Road, north side. Like, you don't know where you are. You're not on the north side. It's pronounced
So was your
Boiki.
girlfriend at Pops with you in Sauget?
Oh, yeah, she was. We went to see the band Beartooth live, and very up-and-coming rock metal band right now. And
You
it
like
was sold
Beartooth,
out.
Candace?
You know, I'm unfamiliar with Beartooth.
She's
just gonna be honest.
But no, those 1,800 people packed in that place, and it was
I don't know.
I'm having a panic attack already.
it was so fun. It was so much
and
fun.
I've been to Pops. I don't know how you get 1,700 people.
They did. They got them in there. It was sold out.
Well, both stories are
Yeah.
two stories.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They had the balcony open and everything. It was sold out wall to wall.
Wow. And
So you would, Jordan, folks, you can't see Jordan. Jordan, how tall are you?
I'm 6'4", about 350, 375-ish, somewhere in there.
He doesn't have anxiety in those type of crowds. He's up looking down on most of these people and so forth. So he holds his
I
own.
can breathe the normal air above everybody.
Candace, if you'd like to go with Jordan, I'm sure his girlfriend would be okay if you went and he could show you how to get in the mosh pit.
There
Judas
you go.
Priest is coming.
thank you.
Judas Priest is
No.
coming in May. We can get in the Judas Priest mosh pit at the Ford Center.
No.
That would be
Yeah.
worth a photo.
No. Thanks for the offer, though.
But you will get in the Town Square Media box if they want to get right.
It'll put creases in my
here's the
hair,
thing,
and I'm
we
not
can,
interested.
we can start a mosh pit anywhere. We can do it right now if you really want. We can start it anywhere.
Really?
We can get the music going. We can start a mosh pit anywhere you want it to be.
Trevor, have you been in the mosh pit before?
I've not.
Are missing
At
out on life.
25, that's where you should be right now.
Missing out on life right now.
No, you shouldn't, Trevor.
Yeah.
Damsel's Bar. They got a lot of hardcore shows going on over there. You should go hit it up.
Okay.
Trevor's
I'll
like,
think about it.
All right. Back at the ranch.
yeah,
here.
back at the ranch.
And David,
yes, sir.
we talk. Can we come up with something different to say about
We
mortgages?
can't. Nope, folks. Have you been listening? I can't do anything about the U.S. economy. The only thing we can say,
It's good
rates
economy.
and
It's
the
a good-
economy's great.
economy's great.
Economy's great. Rates have stabilized. We've talked about it weeks on end, so I'll just cut to the chase. If you're driving down the road, listen to us right now. They are what they are. Buy the home if you find it. Refinance sometime in the next 8 to 12, 15 months because rates are going to go down, and get on with life.
Yeah.
But last week we talked about somebody wanted 3% interest, and it ain't going to happen. Doesn't exist.
Because you are, as we say, we didn't mention it last week, you are, no matter what, you're going to pay a mortgage.
Yes.
You're either going to pay your mortgage or you're going to pay your landlord's mortgage.
Amen.
Yep.
One of the two.
Yeah.
And
so,
the cost of rental property is
Oh, my
sky
goodness.
high.
Yeah.
I mean, that's enough
Yeah.
right there.
I mean,
my
look-
little brother, who just turned 21 on
Right.
Sunday, he's been renting for the past couple of years, and that was definitely
It's a wake-up call, and they're getting
Huge.
notices, and
Yeah,
they have been.
yeah,
Rents have been going up,
yeah.
and rents are going to keep going up.
And
We don't have
I
enough
saw
homes.
the places he was renting, and he was paying quite a bit of money for, and
Yes.
they weren't great.
Trevor and I were working on one that just got developed, and they're 15, 16, 1700 a month, aren't they, Trevor? I mean, there are
Are those homes or apartments?
apartments.
Apartments. Yeah, it's,
And they're nice.
Yes.
They're not.
No, I would expect
They're not
that.
huge.
No, but it's. I mean, but if you're looking at single family homes and renting those at 1,400 square feet,
There's doctor investors that are buying like new homes from people like Chris Combs, renting them for $3,000 a month.
it doesn't surprise me, and I've watched that market over the last. I
Which
can
is
even
not-
go back to 2017 forward.
This is a hot traveling nurse and traveling doctor market too.
Yeah.
So that was the one thing I've got a niche of knowledge in that. I didn't know how many travel nurses and doctors are in the Evansville
This is supposed to be-
market.
This is supposed to be either I think something like the third best Airbnb market in the
Oh,
country.
that's awesome.
And in fact, the best small market in the country.
That's awesome. I honestly didn't realize
Yeah.
that. So that's
It-
great.
Airbnb market is hot. It's really hot here.
It's
So, David, but for someone who wants to go ahead and buy and refi, how can they get a hold of you?
easiest way to get a hold of me, folks, is cell phone. Say it every week. Text, call me 270-222-0676. I do want to do a small plug because Churchill Mortgage is really, now that we're getting in the spring selling market, the Certified Home Buyer, CHB, it's a process where I just gather all the standard documents. I go ahead and send somebody through pre-approval with an underwriter. When they're out there making an offer, their offer is backed by Churchill Mortgage, and if we don't close the sale due to some financial reason of the buyer, we pay the seller of the property, up to $10,000 as an apology. So it allows our buyers to compete with cash offers on the market, and that's with FHA, VA, and conventional loans. So it's for all of them.
That's a good program.
That was a very good program.
Because as Candace and Trevor both know, especially during COVID,
Yeah.
FHA
Exactly.
offers, they were a
yeah,
waste of time.
Yeah. People would just automatically say no.
And here's the thing. We've seen it, and I know it, and Charlie, I know you know, and folks out driving down the road, cash percentage of closings has done nothing but go up over the last 2 years in terms of the number of people that are buying homes across the nation with cash, no mortgages whatsoever. And so for those people out there who have to have a mortgage, this allows them to compete with cash offers. I'm not saying you're going to win it every time, but it puts you in the conversation.
I'll tell you what, and he may not, you'll remember this probably once, one of the best stories about this from COVID is on Trevor.
Yeah, I remember this one.
Trevor, you came in one day.
Oh, yeah.
You
I know what you're talking
drove an offer like $30,000 over full price. Got beat.
Yeah.
So you come in like a day or two later, it was somebody different, 20 over full price, 20,000 over full price, get beat. I think the third one was right in that same range, 15, 20,000, get beat again. So he come in one day, and he walks by my desk, and he just looks all glum, and he goes ahead, Trevor, what's wrong? Yeah, he said, I just wrote an offer. I said, well, that's great. Is it a good offer? No, just full price.
Just full price.
There was like a good month where I just had like no luck with any.
Yeah,
over-
and you were writing strong offers.
Yeah. I mean,
It's just
I don't
crazy.
think it was during that same month, but there was one at 50,000 over that we still got beat out on.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've lived it, watched it, and seen it. And,
Yeah.
The highest I heard was Tuesday Wilson on Trey Dobie's team was 70 or 75,000.
Yeah.
and got beat. In Evansville. I mean,
Yeah.
now the agents in Austin, Texas, they had all those California people.
Oh God, Austin,
said-
Texas.
They told buyers. They said, if you're not prepared to go 100,000 over full price, don't even go look.
And actually, Charlie, there was, as you know, in the mortgage industry, if you don't have 20% down, you have private mortgage insurance. And so there's private mortgage insurance companies out there. And I had a lady that was a sales representative with that company. Her husband did very well, and she did well. And it was up in the state of Indiana, and it was a condo on a river. And I'm drawing a blank on the little town. And they had a home to sell, but they didn't have to sell it. They qualify. Right. And they bid this growing location. They bid $100,000 over full price on it, and lost.
Wow.
So yeah, she was telling me that story, and we were just talking. That was back in 2021, and it was just a crazy market. But $100,000 over full price.
Also, besides Churchill Mortgage, which does a fabulous job, we were brought to you by Bossy Title. They're the official title company of the Charlie Butler Show. And pretty well everybody in here uses them except Jordan, who won't buy a house. We've been trying. Yeah. Well, we can sell. Did you use Bossy as your title company?
Probably not.
Probably
back
not.
then.
Okay.
I know where he lives.
So now,
Probably not.
so you can sell your house and use Bossy. You get to meet Norm. Norm is Norm is the CFO, the chief French officer, and of course, he is a dog, but, he doesn't say a lot, but, he does eat well. So anyway, looking for your title needs, call Bossy Title. Great people. Trevor, we got off subject, but your main focus, you do some residential, but your main focus is commercial.
Yeah. Recently, yeah.
Yeah. And where are you trying to take that?
Well, I know a lot of times we talk about is we need to get multifamily listings. I know that's what you used to do a lot of.
We did a lot of that, yeah.
And a lot of people just, I don't want to say, we could get listings, but a lot of the listings I do see just don't sell. I just feel
they're
they're
overpriced.
With the current mortgage situation and the commercial world too, it's just, deals just don't make sense with what people are asking for.
And so, for example, office is a great example because in so many cases, people are still working from home. So often, you hear about it, especially in bigger cities.
Yeah, bigger cities. Yeah,
they're just taking
New York, Seattle,
They're
St.
just
Louis.
going back in their banker and just giving them the keys.
You've got these massive high rises that prior to COVID were I've watched it. I think about Seattle. I was there last year and just looking. It's a beautiful city. It's the first time I'd ever been there, but looking at the high rises downtown. And then the sad thing is your family owned restaurants and businesses that used to service all these people at lunchtime, if you will, or right after. And the number of vacant high rises because people are working from home. And I'd say offices are a challenge right now. Yeah.
And, but as Trevor said, we are looking not just for multifamily, but we have a lot of multifamily / apartment clients who are looking to buy.
We have a lot of clients
cash
as
deals.
far as any sphere of.
Well, yeah, really,
Yeah.
Multifamily, warehouse, hospitality, as in hotels.
Yeah.
So
Maybe that's what I need to do is buy a hotel. I've never owned a hotel. Maybe I should own a hotel. Career change.
Yeah, there is. The Butler team has one listed.
Yeah, we do.
Do we have a deal for you?
Exactly.
Deal for you.
And
It's a nice hotel.
and Candace, you're starting to see a pickup in the residential market, aren't we?
Yeah. I think that it's
I
starting
believe
to,
that.
Yeah.
Numbers nationwide.
especially-
We're starting to see, again, going back to rates have kind of dipped a little bit and they're stable. So we're getting the good time of the year. I think sellers need to be contacting the Charlie Butler team. They need to be strategizing what they want to accomplish because it's going to be a good market for sellers. Has been, will continue to be.
Yeah.
And your home can still sell fast as long as it's priced right. This morning I was talking to an agent wanting to show a property at this evening. It had been on since the 11th, which I think was 2 days ago. They said they were reviewing offers at 9. They had 4, and it just went pending. So it's only been on for, I don't know, somewhere close to 2 days.
It may have been another client of mine because just yesterday morning, my client was like, hey, I'm going to call you. We're going to go look at the house. And he called me later, and I go, how'd it go? He goes, I'm sorry, we didn't go. It sold the night before, and it was under $300,000. So we all know that market is just...
Well, Candace,
290 something.
So under
probably the same,
300,000, yes, everything is selling quick, especially
if it's priced right.
So,
Candace is whispering to me. And I have no idea.
Sweet nothings.
Oh. No, I'm whispering about. I've got a client that's texted me that she was on the fence about making an offer, and now it seems like she's going back on the other side of the fence. So
The wrong side of the fence.
Wrong side.
no, the right side.
The right
of
side.
fence.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Yeah, because she
Good.
had said she was going to wait.
So if you're hearing this Candace's client at a later date, which will be Sunday, we are very happy with you.
Very much so.
But as Trevor, as you were just saying, Candace and I have got a client, and there was a home with acreage in Rockport, and I called Candace yesterday. I said, "Can you look this up real quick?" And because they want to go see it, want to go see it like yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was peace to you too, Jordan. Jordan, give me the peace sign over here. Like he thinks I'm going to get off in 2 minutes. Okay.
Too funny.
And so anyway, Candace looks it up. Sold in one day. It had sold the night before the day he listed it. Shame on you, Chris Harney, for showing that somebody besides our
That's
client.
right, Chris.
He's a good dude.
He is a good dude.
He is.
But Trevor, you started to say. I'm sorry.
I was just saying that, and it wasn't our client, but and I don't know anything about what offers they had, but with 4 offers, I'm just assuming they
Some of them were
probably
good.
got over asking.
And all I'm going to say to that is, because I know we got to get off here, people continue to say, and I'm glad to hear the offer, I'm going to wait for rates to go down. And I know we talked about on the show, and I'm seeing it, for every 1% drop in rate, I'm seeing numbers as many as 8 million buyers will enter the market across the nation. So when you decide to wait instead of buying now, all you're going to do is drive up, that'll be bidding wars back again, similar to 2020 and 2021. So, and I'm willing to bet that was above asking price in your example there. Yeah.
Well, I think I know Mindy has got one. She's back here in the background. What the one house got 3 offers on it. The one
Now 5.
it's 5 offers.
Is it below 300,000? Yeah. And that market's hot.
It's 42.
Oh, well, okay. Those are probably a lot of cash offers too.
Yeah, lots of cash. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but anyway, Jordan, are we out of time?
We're out of time.
What? Why don't you talk to LaDon and see if we can get a radiothon? It's just not that we're going to raise money for anything. We just want to talk for a long time. So, David, give him your
Folks, easiest way to get
Churchill
hold of me,
Mortgage.
Churchill Mortgage, David Crow, 270-222-0676.
Candace.
My personal number is 812-455-6338, and the Butler team number is 812-430-1708.
You didn't have to look either.
I looked a few minutes ago.
I couldn't do that.
Well, they get me with it all the time, and then they laugh when I don't know the phone number.
Trevor.
And you can reach out to me at 812-202-5648. And I am not single anymore, so please don't reach out if you are a single female.
Stay out of his DMs.
So you're not single? Boy, there's more to talk about here. I can marry you as captain of our ship.
I know.
Okay.
And help you find a ring.
Yeah, and help you find a ring.
He found his gemologist.
Diamondologist.
Diamondologist. Yeah.
Charlie Butler, 812-499-7758. Instant cash offers. Call us today, and we have you a cash offer in 48 hours on your home. So we're going to flip it for Trevor Meese, Candace DeArmond, David Crow. This is Charlie Butler. Have a great Sunday.
You've got real estate questions but don't know where to get the answers? Tune in here every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. as Charlie Butler, Evansville's own real estate expert, shares the latest news, info, and insider tips to help you make smart real estate decisions. Find him online at charliebutlerteam.com. This program has been paid for by the Charlie Butler team. From the Kate Foppel Ford Studios, this is Newstalk 1280 WGBF.